Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Apni Pathshala. So in the previous video I have completed the whole chapter The Adventures of Toto with summary, synonyms and word names. So today let us see the Ncert question answers of this chapter. Let's start. Number 1. How does Toto come to grandfather's private zoo? Grandfather loved animals. One day he saw this attractive monkey with a Tonga driver. The monkey was tied to a feeding trough and seemed out of place there. Grandfather had great liking for animals, so he decided to buy Toto from the Tonga driver and bought it for 5 rupees. So one day the author's grandfather actually liked animals, and one day when he saw this attractive monkey with a Tonga driver, he was kept in a container that is a feeding trough, and he seemed to be not interested to live there. That's why grandfather brought him from the Tonga driver with a sum of 5 rupees. He had great likings in animals, and he also actually it was his hobby to collect different kinds of pet animals and keep it with them. Number 2. Toto was a pretty monkey. In what sense is Toto pretty? Answer. Toto had bright eyes, sparkling with mischief, pearly white teeth, quick and wicked fingers, and a gracious tail which served as a third hand. The smile of Toto was cute and frightened elderly Anglo-Indian ladies. Altogether, all these qualities made him pretty. So, Toto's description was very attractive. Toto had bright eyes, sparkling with mischief, pearly white teeth, quick and wicked fingers, and a gracious tail which served as his third hand. And he did many of his works with his tail to surprise everyone. The smile of Toto was cute and frightened many elderly Anglo-Indian ladies in the neighborhood of the author's grandparents' house. Altogether, all these qualities made him pretty. Number 3. Why does grandfather take Toto to Saharanpur, and how? Why does the ticket collector insist on calling Toto a dog? Answer. Toto was a mischievous monkey. He kept disturbing all other animals in grandfather's private zoo. It seemed that only grandfather could manage him properly, so he took Toto to Saharanpur in a bag. The ticket collector called Toto a dog as the monkey did not qualify the category of human beings. So, Toto was taken away to Saharanpur by grandfather because when he was kept in the servants' quarter, he was actually disturbing all the other animals living there. He was a very mischievous monkey, and that is why grandfather seemed to take Toto so that he can manage all other animals and keep them safe in the servants' quarter. So he took Toto to Saharanpur in a bag. The ticket collector called Toto a dog as the monkey did not qualify in the category of human beings. Obviously, monkeys cannot qualify the category of human beings. So with all their features, everyone will think them that they are dog. Number 4. How does Toto take a bath? Where he has learned to do this? How does Toto almost boil himself alive? Toto cunningly tasted the temperature with his hand, then gradually stepped into the bath. He stepped first one foot, then the other, until he was into the water up to his neck. He rubbed himself all over with the soap. He learned it all from the author. Someday, Toto got in a large kitchen kettle which was on fire to boil. He enjoyed the warm water, but when the water turned out to be hot, he jumped up and down. Suddenly, the grandmother arrived and pulled him out in half-boiled condition. So, Toto cunningly tasted the temperature with his hands and then gradually stepped into the bath. He stepped his first foot and then the other, and until he was into the water up to his neck, he rubbed himself all over with soap. He learned it all from the author. Someday, Toto got in a large kitchen kettle which was on fire to boil. He enjoyed the warm water, but when the water turned out to be hot, he jumped up and down. Suddenly, when grandmother arrived at and pulled him out in a half-boiled situation. So this is a part of his mischiefs, and if with his mischief he is actually going to kill him all by himself. Number 5. Why does the author say Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for? Answer. Author's statement about Toto proves itself if we take Toto's misdeeds into consideration. Nobody could afford the frequent losses. He disturbed all other animals too. Obviously, Toto was not the sort of pet we could keep for long. So, author's statement about Toto proves itself because if we take Toto's misdeeds into consideration, then nobody could afford the frequent losses. He also disturbed the other animals in the servant quarters and even in the home also. Toto was not the sort of pet they could keep for long. Okay, some extra questions are there. Short answer type questions. Number 1. Why did author's grandfather decided to buy Toto? This is actually the same as the first question, as his grandfather was an animal lover and he took pity on Toto because Toto was not happy in that feeding trap. That is why he brought him with a sum of 5 rupees. And he was just impressed by Toto's mischiefs. That is why he decided to keep him in his private zoo. Number 2. Why could not Toto and Nana become friends? Answer. Toto was very naughty and wicked and could not stay still for a long time. Nana was well-behaved and docile animal. When they were together, Toto beat on the long ears of Nana and Nana got annoyed with Toto. Thus, Toto and Nana could not become friends. So, after so many hardships, when his grandfather came to when his grandmother came to know about Toto, then Toto was kept with Nana within the house. And Nana was a very well-behaved and docile animal, whereas Toto was very naughty and wicked animal and could not stay still for a long time. After some time living with Nana, Toto beat on the long ears of Nana and Nana got annoyed. In this way, they never became friends. They always Nana always get annoyed by Toto and they start fighting. Number 3. How does Toto become a problem to grandfather while going to Saharanpur? Answer. While going to Saharanpur, Toto behaved well. When grandfather was producing ticket, Toto poked his head out of the bag. He gave the ticket collector a wide grin. The ticket collector insisted that grandfather must buy the ticket for the pet and proved to be a big problem for grandfather. When Toto was taken by grandfather in a bag to Saharanpur, he behaved well. But when grandfather was producing ticket to the ticket collector, he poked his head suddenly out of the bag. He gave the ticket collector a wide grin, like he smiled. He gave us wide smile to the ticket collector, and the ticket collector insisted grandfather that he must buy ticket for his pet, and this proved a big problem for grandfather. Where was Toto kept immediately after grandfather bought him, and why? Toto was kept in a closet. He was tied securely to a peg because his presence was to be kept a secret from the writer's grandmother, as she abhorred animals. So Toto was when grandfather brought Toto, he was actually kept securely tied with a peg because his presence was to be kept a secret from the writer's grandmother, as his grandmother never liked the pet animals which his grandfather brought for his. Who was Nana? How did Toto tease Nana? Nana was a family donkey. Toto was kept in the stable with Nana, where Toto used to tease Nana by first biting onto her long ears with his sharp little teeth. Even Nana got fed up with Toto. So Nana was actually their family donkey who lives with them in their house only. And when Toto was kept in the stable with Nana, where Toto used to tease Nana by biting onto her long ears with sharp little teeth, then Nana used to get annoyed, and Nana was also fed up with Toto. So, number 6. In what sense Toto a pretty monkey? It was also like the same question. He has bright eyes with mischief beneath deep set of eyebrows. His pearly white teeth often displayed with a smile that had the innocence of a child. Means his smile also had the innocence of a child as well as full of naughtiness and mischievousness. How did Toto love for taking bath almost for his being half boiled? How did Toto's love for taking bath almost led to his being half boiled? Answer. Toto used to love for taking bath in hot water. Once, when a kettle was kept on fire with water to boil for tea, Toto sat in it. When the water began to boil, Toto tried getting up but found outside cold. So he again sat down. He kept on hopping outside and then again inside. And after some time he started enjoying this game. So he, in the cold winter evenings, he actually liked to bath with warm water, and the warm water is generally given by grandmother to him for taking bath. So one day he saw a kettle that was put on fire with water to boil for tea. Toto sat in it. When the water began to boil, Toto tried getting up and found outside cold. So when he get to know that the water is boiling, he went out of the lid and saw and felt that it was cold outside. So he again sat down. He kept on hopping outside and then again inside, and after some time he started enjoying this game. Means boiling him all by himself is a game for him to enjoy. You can see how much mischievous he is. Number 8. Why did the grandfather give away Toto the monkey? Answer. Toto was very naughty and he troubled everyone. The other pets were not happy with him and he broke a lot of dishes, tore clothes, curtains and wallpapers. He had become very difficult to handle, and so grandfather gave Toto away. So Toto was basically very naughty and he troubled everyone. The other pets were not happy with him. He broke a lot of dishes, tore clothes, curtains and wallpapers. He had become very difficult to handle, so grandfather decided to give him away to the same Tonga driver from whom he brought Toto to his house. Number 9. Why did the grandfather hide Toto for some time when he brought him home? Answer. Grandmother was not very fond of animals. When he used to bring a new animal or bird, she used to make a lot of fuss. To avoid this, grandfather hid Toto for some time and announced his arrival to her when she was in a good mood. So, the author's grandmother never liked any animal or bird that was brought by his grandfather as a pet to their house. So, and she also made a lot of fuss when any of the animals were brought to their house. So grandfather decided to keep Toto as a secret and to announce his arrival whenever grandmother's mood was good. Number 10. Why did grandfather decided to take Toto along with him to Dehradun? Answer. Grandfather decided to take Toto along with him to Dehradun as there were many other pets also that lived there. But Toto would not allow any of his companions to sleep at night, so he made this decision. So, before going to Saharanpur, grandfather kept Toto in the servants' quarter with other pet animals, and there he annoyed every animal and disturbed them in a great extent. That is why grandfather decided to take him with him to collect his pension in Saharanpur so that he could not annoy any other animal later on. Give the names of the grandfather's pets. Where did they live? The names of the grandfather's pets are Nana the donkey, Toto the monkey, a tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, and a goat. They lived in a big cage in the servants' quarter. So, the grandfather, as he was fond of animals, he collected many animals and kept all of them with him. They were kept in a big container in the servants' quarter. They were Nana the donkey. Nana was actually kept with them in their house, and all other were kept in the servants' quarter. So Toto the monkey, a tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a squirrel, and a goat. Long answer type questions. How can you say that Toto was a mischievous pet? Answer. Toto was indeed a very mischievous pet. He tore the wallpapers of the room and also tore the school blazer of author. He troubled other fellow animals. He even managed to get himself into trouble by nearly half boiling himself in a kettle. He made holes in dresses and curtains. Once he even scared the ticket checker. He even broke dishes in the houses. He proved to be a big troublemaker for everyone. Thus, we can say that Toto was a mischievous poet. So, Toto was actually indeed a mischievous poet. When he first came into the author's house, he was kept as a secret and tied with a peg in the author's room, where he tore the wallpapers and also tore the author's pleasure into pieces. He troubled his fellow animals and also managed himself to get into trouble by nearly half boiling himself in a kettle. He made holes in dresses and curtains. Once he even scared the ticket checker in the Dehradun railway station also. He even broke the dishes in the houses. He was proven to be a big troublemaker for everyone. That is why we can say that Toto was a mischievous pet. Number 2. Describe the incident of Dehradun railway station after reading the story The Adventures of Toto. Answer. Grandfather had to go to Saharanpur, so he decided to put Toto in a big black canvas bag for the train journey. When they reached the station, Toto started jumping on the platform and everyone was surprised to see bag jumping and moving about. When the ticket collector came, then Toto poked his head out of the bag. The ticket collector wanted grandfather to buy a ticket for him and grandfather didn't want to. Finally, the ticket collector had his way. So, as Toto was disturbing all his fellow animals, so grandfather took him to Saharanpur for collecting his pension. He decided to put Toto in a big black canvas bag for the train journey. So at first Toto was quite normal in his situation, and but he was literally trying to find his way to get out of the bag. So when they reached the station, Toto started jumping on the platform and everyone was surprised to see a bag jumping and moving out, and it gathered a huge crowd to notice this incident in the Dehradun railway station. When the ticket collector came and then Toto poked his head out of the bag. The ticket collector wanted grandfather to buy a ticket for him and grandfather did not want. So when he poked his head out of the bag, the ticket collector wanted grandfather to buy a ticket for him and grandfather did not want to. Finally, the ticket collector had his way. The ticket collector convinced grandfather to take a ticket for his pet and pay for it. Number 3. Toto was good enough to be kept at home. Do you agree to this statement? Why or why not? Yes, Toto was not good enough to be kept at home. He was up to some kind of mischief all the time. He tore the wallpapers of the room and also tore the school blazer. He troubled other fellow animals. He even managed to get himself into trouble by nearly boiling himself in a kettle. He made holes in dresses and curtains. Once he even scared the ticket checker also. He even broke dishes in the houses. Thus, he was not easy to keep him at home. Yes, Toto was not at all good enough to keep at home because in his mind some kind of mischiefs are going, and he wanted to actually experiment them all the time. He tore the wallpapers of the room, also tore the author's blazer into pieces. He troubled his fellow animals. He even managed himself to get himself into trouble by nearly boiling himself in a kettle. He also made holes in the dresses and curtains. Once he even scared the ticket collectors also. He broke the dishes of the house. Thus, it was not easy for the author's grandparents' family to keep him at home. Toto was not the sort of pet they could keep for long. Explain giving examples from the text. So Toto was not that sort of pet that they could keep for long because he was very mischievous. He scratched the plasters of the walls, tore the school blazer and pants and dresses. He threw plates at grandmother and glasses of water at one of the aunt's face. He used to break the dishes of pulao into pieces, and they could not afford the frequent loss of dishes, clothes and curtains and wallpaper. So it is not easy for everyone's family to afford this kind of losses very frequently. So it was not easy for the author's grandparents to keep Toto with them for long. Grandfather was a great lover of animals. Described. Narrator's grandfather had a great liking for animals. He had tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame animal, a goat, but no monkey. With the coming of Toto, his mini zoo was transformed into a real zoo. He had a variety of pet animals in that zoo. He frequently bought many varieties of animals to keep them in his zoo. Due to this, he even faced the anger of his wife at times. And when he brought Toto, he was very happy with his cleverness. So, the grandfather was actually a great animal lover. And he had many animals like a tortoise, a pair of rabbits, a tame squirrel, a goat, but he had no monkey. With the coming of Toto, his mini zoo was transformed into a real zoo. He had variety of pet animals in that zoo. He frequently bought many varieties of animals to keep them in his zoo. Due to this, he even faced the anger of his wife, but he never left his wish, and when he bought Toto, he was very happy with his cleverness. And Toto pleased him very much because nobody has seen that kind of mischievous animal in their lifetime. So it gave grandfather an immense pleasure that his zoo is completed now. Number 6. How does Toto took a bath? Where has he learned to do this? Answer. Toto takes a bath in a tub of warm water. It puts its legs in the water one by one and applies soap as well. As monkeys are good at aping others, so Toto had learned proper steps of bathing while watching the narrator doing the same. He wanted to take bath, and in order to do it, he sat in the boiling water of kettle also. So Toto takes bath in a tub of warm water. It put its legs in the water one by one and applies soap as well. As monkeys are good at copying others, so Toto has learned proper steps of bathing while watching the narrator doing the same. He wanted to take a bath in order to do it. He sat in the boiling water of kettle also to enjoy the bath, but actually he was boiling himself alive. So in this way the question answers of the adventures of Toto is completed. I hope you have understood the question answers. If you have any doubt regarding the lesson or the question answer, you can ask me in the comment section or mail me in my personal mail. So the whole chapter is now completed. I hope there is no doubt. If you are facing any problem, then you can contact me. So if you have liked this video, then please hit the like button, share it with your friends and families, and do subscribe to my channel. Bye.